I am currently seated in my kitchen, holding documents that have drastically altered my life. These are the papers for the house that my son, Jamal, purchased with my life savings. My hands tremble, not from anger, but from a profound sadness that makes it difficult to breathe. I have just learned something unimaginable. My bedroom door is ajar, and I can overhear Jamal on the phone with his wife Kesha. His voice brims with excitement as he discusses their future. Our future, or rather theirs. Yes, everything is set. The papers arrived today. The house is officially ours, he says, laughing, a sound that once filled me with joy when he was a child. Your mama will be so happy to live with us. Finally, Miss Cynthia will have her own room with a view of the garden, just as she always wanted. My heart sinks. Miss Cynthia, Kesha's mother, will be living in the house I financed, the house where I envisioned my own place and family. I whisper Jamal's name, aware that he cannot hear me. Jamal continues, "No, baby, we discussed this. My mom is fine in her apartment. You know how she is. She always finds something to fuss about. It's better this way, more peaceful for everyone, us, the kids, and your mom. A real family." The words pierce my heart like ice-cold needles. I, who sacrificed my entire life savings, sold my mother's jewelry, and mortgaged my financial peace for him, am not part of their real family. I close my eyes, and memories flood over me like waves. Just 6 months ago, Jamal came to me with that familiar sad puppy dog expression. He sat at this kitchen table and shared his dream. "Mama, I found the perfect house. It's everything Kesha and I have ever wanted. 3 bedrooms, a yard for the kids, in a nice neighborhood. But I need your help, just $20,000 for the down payment. I promise I'll pay you back in 2 years, and you'll always have a place with us." Those were his exact words, which I recorded in my journal that night, so excited I could hardly sleep. Finally, after years of feeling like an outsider in my son's life, I believed I would have a place to grow old, surrounded by my grandchildren's laughter, family dinners, and warm holiday gatherings. "Did you tell your mom about the plans yet?" Kesha's voice cuts through the phone line like a knife. "What plans?" Jamal replies. "The plans that she's not moving in with us? That the house is just for the 3 adults and the kids? You know my mom needs her peace. We already discussed how your mom can be difficult to live with. I, who have lived 69 years without causing any trouble, raised this man alone after his father left us, worked double shifts to pay for his college, and never asked for anything in return, am now deemed difficult." I rise silently and walk to the window. Outside, it's raining, and the drops slide down the glass like tears. I refuse to cry. 25 years spent working as a secretary in a dreary office, saving every dollar, denying myself small luxuries, and packing my lunch, all for the sake of providing my son with security in my old age. Now I find I am a burden regardless. "Baby, we need to figure out how to tell her. Maybe we could suggest she find a smaller apartment. Something more affordable," Kesha suggests, her tone practical as if discussing dinner plans. Now that they have my $20,000, it's time for me to find something more affordable, as if my needs do not include the love and company of my only family. The phone falls silent, and I hear Jamal's footsteps approaching the kitchen. I quickly sit down, feigning interest in the electric bill, as if my world hasn't just crumbled in the past 10 minutes. "Hey, Mama, how are you?" His tone is normal, affectionate, as if he hasn't just planned to exclude me from the life I helped finance. "I'm good, son. Are the papers for the house all set?" "Yes, everything is in order. We'll be able to move in soon and start a new chapter." A new chapter for him, Kesha, Miss Cynthia, and his children. A chapter in which I do not exist. "That's good, son," I respond, my voice calm and controlled. "I'm happy for you." He smiles and leans in to kiss my forehead. A gesture that once filled me with tenderness now feels like a mockery. "Thanks for everything, Mama. You know this wouldn't have been possible without you. Without me, yet also without me in the future." How ironic. Once he leaves, I am left alone with these papers in my hands, the documents certifying that my son now owns a $150,000 house, of which $20,000 came from my life savings. A house where his mother-in-law will have the room with the garden view that I had envisioned for myself. I carefully fold the papers and place them in the kitchen drawer alongside bills and medical prescriptions, now tainted with the weight of my lost dignity. but something is changing within me, something cold and clear, like the water running down the window. For the first time in years, I do not feel like crying. I feel like acting. That night, sleep eludes me as I lie awake, contemplating the signs I should have recognized. All the times Jamal and Kesha treated me as if I were invisible, justifying it by telling myself they were busy with their lives. All the money they borrowed without repayment, which I labeled as helping family. I rise at 5 a.m. as usual, but this time it's not out of habit. It's because I have important matters to address. I prepare my coffee in silence and sit at the kitchen table with my old notebook, which I typically use for monthly expenses. Today, however, I will create a list of every financial contribution I have made to Jamal over the past 5 years. The list quickly grows. $2,000 for a used car, $800 for transmission repairs, $10,000 for the children's school uniforms and supplies, $700 for Kesha's dental work, $3,000 to cover credit card debt, and now the $20,000 for the house. The total overwhelms me. $48,300 in 5 years. What was it all for? For obligatory Sunday visits where I sit quietly as they discuss their lives, for grandchildren who barely know me because I am deemed boring, for being excluded from birthdays and family dinners because I might be an inconvenience. I close the notebook and head to my bedroom, retrieving the shoebox that contains all my important documents: birth certificates, my will, insurance policies, and bank statements, everything that affirms my legal and financial existence. I wrote my will 3 years ago, leaving everything to Jamal: my apartment, my savings, my life insurance, even my grandmother's jewelry stored in a safety deposit box. All for him, my only son, my only family, my reason for living. How naive I was. At 7 a.m., my phone rings. It's Jamal. Hey, Mama, how are you this morning? I'm doing well, son, I respond, my voice steady, though internally it feels as if another person is speaking. Do you need something? Well, yes. Kesha and I were discussing our move last night and realized we have some unexpected expenses. Could you help us out? More money. How much do you need? Just $3,000 for the movers and some furniture. We need paint for the rooms to make the house perfect for when we move in next week. Next week? He hadn't even informed me of this timeline or invited me to see the house I financed. Jamal, may I ask when I will get to see the house? Silence stretches between us, so long that I momentarily think the call has dropped. Well, Mama, the house is still undergoing some minor renovations. We'll take you over once everything is ready. You wouldn't want to see it in a mess, would you? And when will I be moving in with you? Another, even longer silence. About that, Kesha and I believe it would be better for you to remain in your apartment for now until we adjust to the new house. The kids will be nervous about the change, and Kesha is stressed with her new job. Her new job? He hadn't mentioned that. Yeah, she got a position at an accounting firm. They're offering her nearly $2,000 a month. Kesha is now earning $2,000 a month, yet they still require my $3,000 for the move, funds I would have to withdraw from my savings, which I rely on with a $700 monthly pension. Jamal, I need to consider the $3,000. Think about it, Mama. You've never had to think before when I asked for help. Is everything okay? No, son, nothing is okay. Nothing has been okay for years, but I was too blinded by love to see it. Everything's fine, son. I just need to check my accounts. I'll call you in a few days. But Mama, we need the money by tomorrow. The movers require a 50% deposit. I'll call you in a few days, Jamal. I hang up before he can respond. My hands tremble, but not from fear. This is something different. It is determination. I approach my old computer, the one Jamal helped me set up 2 years ago. I turn it on, waiting for it to load. I know how to log into my online bank account. There it is, my savings. After giving him the $20,000 for the house, I have exactly $2,300 left. $300 separates me from total destitution, from relying entirely on a son who intends to exclude me from his life once he settles into his new home. I pick up my phone and call the bank. Good morning, National Bank. How can I assist you? Good morning. I need to discuss my savings account and make some significant changes. Certainly, ma'am. Could you please provide your account number and full name? As I provide my information, I feel something I haven't felt in years: control. For the first time in a long while, I am the one making decisions about my money, my life, my future. How may I help you today, Miss Jones? I want to remove my son as an authorized beneficiary on my account and cancel the additional debit card issued in his name. Is there a specific reason? Yes, there is. I have just realized I've been financing my own exclusion. Every dollar I've given them has only served to deepen my future loneliness. Personal changes in your family situation. Very well, Miss Jones. I will process these changes immediately. Is there anything else I can assist you with? Yes, I would like to learn about my options for changing my will. The bank provides this service and has partnerships with attorneys specializing in estate law. Would you like us to send you some information? Yes, please send it to my registered address. When I hang up, I feel different, as if I have taken the first step toward something new, something I don't fully comprehend but know I must pursue. My phone rings again. It's Jamal, of course. Mama, did we get disconnected? What happened? We didn't get disconnected, son. I told you I would call in a few days. But Mama, I need to know if you're going to assist me with the $3,000. The movers are pressuring me. Have you ever considered whether I might need help with anything? What? What are you talking about, Mama? I'm worried about you. Are you feeling okay? Do you want me to come over? It's not necessary, son. I simply need time to think. Time to think? Mama, I'm only asking for $3,000. It's not a significant amount. You've always helped me. That is true, but when was the last time you helped me? I'll call you once I have an answer, Jamal. Mama, seriously, you're scaring me. You've never acted this way before. I've never acted this way because I've never been so clear about what has been happening. I've never felt this combination of pain and clarity that empowers me to do what I should have done years ago. Have a good day, son. I hang up, turning my phone off entirely. I sit in my living room, enveloped by the silence of my apartment. For the first time in years, that silence does not hurt. It is filled with possibilities and decisions yet to be made. I gaze at my hands, these 69-year-old hands that have worked tirelessly and given so much, and I promise myself that they will not give another dollar without receiving respect in return. Over the next 3 days, my phone incessantly rings. Jamal calls every 2 hours, followed by Kesha, and even the children leave voicemails asking why I'm not responding. Yet I keep my phone off. I need the silence to think, to plan, and to grasp my situation fully. On Wednesday morning, I decide to turn my phone on just to check messages. There are 27 missed calls and 15 text messages, each confirming that I am making the right decision. Mama, I'm worried. Please call me. Jamal, 7:30 a.m. Tuesday. Dolores, it's Kesha. Jamal is really nervous. Is everything okay with you? 11:15 a.m. Tuesday. Mama, the movers need the money today. I can't wait any longer. Jamal, 2:45 p.m. Tuesday. If you don't call me today, I'm coming over to your apartment. Jamal, 8:20 p.m. Tuesday. Grandma, Dad says you're sick. Are you okay? My 8-year-old grandson, DeAndre, is asking about me because his father told him I was ill. For Jamal, the only explanation for my silence must be that I am unwell. The message that pains me most, yet also clarifies my thoughts, is the last one sent early this morning. Mama, if this is about the house, we can talk. Perhaps we can find a solution for you to have your space too. But I need you to help me with the move first. Then we'll fix the other stuff. The other stuff is me, my place in their lives, my right to reside in the house I financed, my dignity as a mother and a person. All of that can be addressed later once he secures what he needs. I carefully dress, brush my hair, and apply a touch of makeup. Today, I am going out with several important appointments lined up. The first is at the bank at 10 a.m. I walk 6 blocks to the bank, relishing the fresh air. I hadn't realized how much I missed walking without haste, focusing solely on my thoughts and plans. Upon entering, Miss Anderson, the woman who assisted me over the phone, greets me. Good morning, Miss Jones. How are you feeling after the changes we made to your account? I feel great, thank you. I came in today because I wish to make some additional changes. Certainly. How can I assist you? I would like to open a new savings account entirely separate from my current one and transfer $10,000 from my main account to this new account. Any specific reason? Let's just say I want to have better control over my personal finances. Miss Anderson nods, likely having encountered similar cases before. Older women seeking to protect their savings from family members who view them as an endless resource. An excellent decision, Miss Jones. This new account will come with a separate debit card and statements that can be sent to a different address if you prefer. Yes, please send the statements to a post office box. Of course, I also recommend considering a certificate of deposit for a portion of these funds. The interest is better and the money will be more secure. I leave the bank feeling relieved. $10,000 is now in an account known only to me, money Jamal cannot request or borrow. It ensures a more secure future for myself. My second appointment is at noon with the attorney recommended by the bank. Attorney Michael Carter has a small yet tidy office and greets me with the patience of someone who understands that legal matters can be daunting for older individuals. Miss Jones, I understand you want to review your current will. Yes, counselor. I wish to make some important changes. I explain my situation objectively, without drama, detailing the $48,000 I have given, the house, and Jamal's plans to exclude me from his new life after utilizing my funds. Unfortunately, your case is not unique, Attorney Carter observes, taking notes. What specific changes would you like to make? I want my inheritance to be divided differently. A portion for Jamal, but I also want to allocate some funds to charities, particularly those aiding older women in vulnerable situations. Do you have specific organizations in mind? No, not yet. Could you assist me in researching options? Of course. I also suggest we consider setting conditions for your son's inheritance. What kind of conditions? For instance, he could receive his portion only if he fulfills certain commitments to you while you are alive: medical care, regular visits, and inclusion in important family decisions. The notion intrigues me but also saddens me. Is this how family relationships must function, reliant on legal contracts to ensure love and respect? Let me think about it, counselor. Of course. In the meantime, I will prepare a draft with some basic changes. Does next week work for you to meet again? After leaving the lawyer's office, it is 2 p.m. and I feel hungry. Instead of returning home to make a sandwich as I usually do, I decide to do something different. I enter a small diner and sit at a table by the window. I haven't eaten alone at a restaurant in years. When I went out, it was always with Jamal and his family, and I was always the one paying. Today, I order exactly what I crave: pan-seared salmon with vegetables and a glass of white wine. The total is $35, which would have seemed like an unnecessary expense before, but today it feels like an investment in my happiness. As I savor my meal, I observe the people passing by: young couples holding hands, mothers pushing strollers, older individuals walking with canes, yet displaying determination. I realize that I, too, can have a normal life, one where my decisions aren't dictated by the constant needs of others. My phone vibrates. It's a text from Jamal. I can't take it anymore. I'm coming to your apartment at 4 p.m. We need to talk. I glance at the time. It's 3:15. I have 45 minutes to return home and prepare for a conversation I know will be challenging, yet for the first time, I am not afraid. I feel a sense of curiosity. I pay my bill, leave a generous tip, and walk out of the diner. The sun shines, and for the first time in a long while, I feel as though it is shining on me as well. As I walk home, I contemplate how I will address Jamal. I will not yell at him or throw his mistakes in his face. I will not create a scene. I will simply tell him the truth. I have made decisions about my life and my finances, and those decisions are final. I arrive at my apartment at 3:50, leaving me 10 minutes to mentally and emotionally prepare for what lies ahead. I sit in my favorite chair by the window, waiting not with anxiety but with the calm of someone who knows precisely what they intend to do. At 4, I hear footsteps in the hallway, followed by firm, insistent knocking on my door. Impatient knocks from someone accustomed to having their needs attended to immediately. I rise slowly, smooth my skirt, and approach the door. Before opening it, I take a deep breath and remind myself, this is my house, this is my money, this is my life. For the first time in years, I will act accordingly. I open the door to find Jamal, accompanied by Kesha, whose expression I recognize well. The face she makes when she wants something but pretends to be concerned for my well being. They both regard me as if I am a lost child they have finally found. Mama, thank God you're okay. We were so worried. Jamal reaches for a hug, but there is something forced in his gesture. Why weren't you answering the phone? Do you know how much you distressed us? Hello, Kesha, I say, and she merely nods. I am not a child, Jamal. You've caused me more distress in the past 3 days than I have ever caused you. Mama, what are you talking about? We are a family. We need to be able to talk about things. Talk about things? You discussed me, but not with me. You talked about how I am difficult to live with, how you plan to move me to a more affordable apartment, all while utilizing the money I provided for your real family. You spoke of me as if I were a burden, a complicated problem needing management, not a person. Jamal's face pales and he glances at Kesha, who looks horrified. Mama, that's not what happened. We were just what, Jamal? Just planning to use me and then discard me? The $20,000, Jamal, the $48,300 I have given you over the past 5 years. Did you believe it was an endless well? Did you think my love was a transaction, something you could receive without cost? Mama, please, I'm so sorry. I know we messed up. Kesha and I have talked and we've changed our minds. We want you to live with us. We'll make it work, I promise. No, you won't, I reply calmly. You want me to live with you now only because you fear losing something. You do not want me because you love me. You want me because you are afraid of losing access to me. But you have already lost me, son. You lost me when you decided I was not part of your real family. He begins to cry, great heaving sobs, while Kesha attempts to comfort him. Mama, please don't say that. I am saying it, I assert firmly. And I'm saying something else. I am no longer the Bank of Dolores. I am not a financial resource for you to draw upon whenever you require assistance. The $3,000 you need for your move, you will find it elsewhere because you will not receive a single penny from me. Not now, not ever again. Jamal gazes at me, his face stained with tears, the familiar puppy dog expression gone, replaced by genuine shock and pain. He has always taken my love and financial support for granted, and now he realizes for the first time that my well is not endless. I need you to leave now, I say, my voice trembling slightly but resolute. Mama, please, let's talk. We have talked, Jamal, for 69 years, and now I am done. He stands there for a moment before he and Kesha turn and walk away. I close the door and lean against it, my legs weak. I am exhausted, but I have never felt more alive. I walk to my chair and sit down. I had been so focused on others for so long that I forgot what I needed for myself. I gave and gave, forgiving you for treating me poorly, and forgiving myself for allowing it. So why do I still feel a distance between us? Because forgiveness does not erase consequences. Because trust is built through actions, not words. Once they are gone, I stand by the window for a long time. I do not know if Jamal will genuinely change. I do not know if he will manage to go an entire year without asking me for money. I do not know if we will ever build a real relationship. But I do know one thing. I am no longer afraid to be alone. I am no longer afraid to say no. I am no longer afraid to advocate for my own dignity. I pick up my phone and dial Leonida's number. Hey girl, how was your day? It was interesting. Jamal came to visit me. And how was it? Different. Maybe there's hope after all. I'm glad. What are your plans for this afternoon? I was thinking of going to the park, perhaps sitting and reading under that big tree I like. Would you like some company? I would love that. As I prepare to go out, I glance in the hallway mirror and see a 69-year-old woman who has learned too late that her worth is not determined by what she can provide for others, a woman who has found the courage to reclaim her life. And for the first time in a very long time, I smile. Subscribe my channel. See you in the next video with love and respect.